Howdy, this Sailor the Piper Man, Piper the Sailor Man, coming to you. Like I said earlier that I was gonna have a discussion on George Orwell. I'm gonna give a small little narration. George Orwell. I'm gonna start with the back, 1984. The year 1984 has come and gone, but George Orwell's prophetic, nightmarish vision in 1949 of the world we were becoming is timely than ever. 1984 is still the great modern classic of negative utopia. Negative utopia. A startling, original, and haunting novel that creates an imaginary world that is completely convincing from the first sentence to the last four words. No one can deny the novel's hold on the imaginations of whole generations or the power of its admonitions. So it advises us. A power that seems to grow, not lessen with the passage of time. Interesting, and the afterword was by Eric Fromm. On the inside has a little bit about Eric Fromm. I'll get to that. So a couple of things that here to referring to a negative utopia, also referring to that the book has powerful admonitions, things, and it's somewhat prophetic. And as you know, he lived during the time World War II, born 1904. He lived abroad, and he experienced certain things. He became a journalist. When he returned to London, and he wrote a couple of works, Animal House, and he saw things that were happening to the poor. He saw things that the colonial British Empire was doing, and saw prophetically what the future entailed. I don't know if he was Illuminati. I don't know if he was Mason or some kind of conspiracy everybody's talking about. But one thing I do know about history, that it's been about control. The powerful controlling the lesser. And we're seeing that played in Europe. We're seeing that played in Africa. We're seeing that played in the Middle East, in Russia, in the United States. The powers that be, whatever the power is at, whatever political system it is, wanting to control the masses. And even pipe smokers and the tobacco industry, we more or less have been the status quo, trying to control what we smoke, how we smoke it, where we smoke it, and trying to tell us how we should live our lives. What do you got to say about that? I, for one, have earned my stripes, have grown, have obeyed the laws, has followed the Constitution the best I can. I'm American. I was born in America. You could have been born in Europe. Another person could have been born in Latin America, whatever. And it seems that in my lifetime, there were controlling mechanisms, and you had the media and the newspapers. And lately, you have these polarizing forces. One's telling you one thing, one's telling you the other thing. And you know the old saying, if you keep telling a lie often enough, people will believe it. I'm at the point where I don't know what to believe. Both sides make certain creed arguments, and it can happen in Europe, and it can happen in England or where have you. I'm sure that no one's going to tell you a direct lie, but it's going to use deception and manipulation to try to control us. And they've tried to control our smoking habits and try to control where it can be sent to, where tobacco can't be sent to. So there are opposing, polarizing forces. That's at the lower level. That's at the lower level, smoking. But there are some forces out there, and rightfully so. George saw it in his lifetime, and we're seeing it in our lifetime. What's going down, what is happening, and it seems like they're lurking shadows. I for one plan to buy as much tobacco as I can. Yes, why? I'm gonna put it away. At this point, I'm very skeptical about the future of the tobacco industry and whether or not we're gonna be allowed to smoke. And so I think I should purchase as much tobacco as I can to store it away, just in case it doesn't get sold anymore. And you can say, "Oh, that's not going to happen." I don't know. You cannot guarantee me that they're not going to stop the production of tobacco. No one can guarantee me. So I'm thinking, now that I have the time, I'm going to buy as much tobacco and just store it away. Put it away. Just like I took survivalist training. You got to have food, water. Look what happened in Texas. You don't have food, you don't have water, and then people are being subjected to the powers that be for their assistance. And I've always believed in self-sufficiency. It's been in the military, seeing certain things happen, and I realized that, my home, my wife is just my wife and me now, and I've taught that to my kids, to be self-sufficient. To don't depend on everybody. And know the tribe that you're from. Those that are closest to you, your friends, your pals, your pipe club, should begin putting away and saving tobacco for a rough time. That might come. And if it doesn't come, you got the tobacco there to smoke. So that's the beginning, how I'm going to start with George Orwell. The big theme that I set in place is control. The whole novel, 1984, is about control. Who has the power and what do they control? So until my next video, if you want to lay down some things to investigate in the book, let me know. I'll be talking about the intro, the foreword, reading a little bit about one, and we can have a lively discussion if you can. If not, I'm just going to continue and give a summary and give my perspective on what's going on today that parallels what this book talks about. So this is the Sailor Man. This is the Piper Man. Until next time.